Good morning and welcome to Stormwatch here on Bird News. I'm your host, Don Burgess. And unfortunately, as much as I like seeing you, Mark, I wish I didn't have to see as much of you. Well,
I'll take that in the spirit in which it was intended.
so what's the latest on Teddy? What's happening?
Well, good morning, Don, and good morning to your viewers. So I'm going to give you a brief update on Hurricane Teddy, which is valid as of the 9 a.m. advisory this morning. The current position, hope you can see that okay. The current position at 9 a.m. was 30.5 degrees north, 63.0 degrees west, and that was approximately 142 nautical miles southeast of Bermuda. It at that time has been moving north or just east of north, actually at 15 degrees at 8 knots with a central pressure of 960 millibars, a maximum sustained winds of 85 knots and gusts to 105 knots near its center. That makes Teddy a minimal now Category 2 storm, so it is continuing to weaken. Closest point of approach as of 9 a.m. was forecast to be 105 nautical miles to the east-southeast at noon today. I do expect that track the new sort of movement of Teddy, now that it's taken a jog slightly east of north, will be perhaps further away than that 105 nautical miles. Here we can see on the satellite that Teddy has become a lot less well-defined over the last 12 hours or so. Here's Bermuda in the with my cursor, and you can see that Teddy no longer has a well-defined eye. There's a big dry slot that's developed, so it certainly is a weakening storm as it moves north and northeast. And sorry, Don, go ahead.
Yeah, how over the last 12 hours, how have things changed? It seems like it's moving a little bit slower because its arrival time's a little later.
Yep. Yeah, that's certainly right. The arrival time has sort of been pushed back a little bit, or at least I don't want to say the arrival time. It's already kind of here if you consider its extent of winds, but it is the closest point of approach has certainly moved backwards to or moved back to the afternoon, or at least till noon. Here's our current satellite and radar imagery. You can see Teddy sort of spinning away down there to the southeast, and is actually the main sort of rain bands we're not expecting to really come through the island. There's a pretty complex situation going on right now. We actually have Teddy to the southeast there, but we've got this cold front out to the west, and behind it there's a lot of strong winds there. There's of course a lot of strong winds with Teddy, but in between the two, there's developed this sort of lull, and we're actually in that lull now. We have wind speeds around the island not quite reaching tropical storm force. We do see some gusts into the 30 and 40 knot range at exposed and elevated locations, but we're not quite seeing the sort of the large increase in wind speeds that we were predicting yesterday, and that's largely in part to this because of this sort of slot in between the two systems. Right. So I'm showing you some model data here that we were looking at this morning. There's Bermuda at the center. This is Teddy, and the different colors represent different wind speeds. The blues, dark blues, and the reds are the sort of tropical storm force and hurricane force winds, respectively. And as you can see, the center of Teddy moving, starting to move away from the island in the model. This is a model projection of reality. And then these strong winds behind the front here out to the west, you see this sort of slot of lower intensity wind speeds that we're currently in right now. And as luck would have it, it seems like we're going to thread the gap between the worst conditions of Teddy and this front during the course of the day today. So the end result of this somewhat complex situation, and I'll take it back to the satellite image here,
Okay.
is that we still expect some ramp up in winds during the course of this morning. And we probably will get to 35 knots sustained, just that sort of marginal tropical storm force. But we're not expecting the sort of 50-knot winds to really make an appearance. And then those winds will sort of ramp down as the hurricane moves away from us. After that, we might get into a brief period of during the rest of the afternoon of sort of winds and seas that are more like small craft warning conditions.
Okay.
And at that stage, we may very well be sort of transitioning into small craft warning and then maybe even a gale warning for overnight as that front moves in. So it's like we're seeing both summer and winter phenomena going on in a 24-hour period. So we're going to be transitioning out of the tropics and into the mid-latitudes in terms of the weather we're going to be experiencing over the next 24 hours.
Right. Now, I know you have a 10:30 this morning meeting, and you squeezed
right.
it in between that, so we appreciate it, and then hopefully maybe we'll have you back later today if we all have electricity.
Yeah. Well, hopefully. Fingers
All right,
crossed for
thanks
that.
again, Mark.
Thank you for having me, Don.
To all our viewers, thank you for watching the Storm Watch.